So hello everyone, today, June 3rd, 2015 is my 10-year anniversary of starting on testosterone. So starting on little injectable testosterone. What I'm holding in my hand is just one vial of testosterone. However, what makes this one more important than the others at this time is that it's the very first vial ever in the 10 years that I've been on T that it was paid for by my health insurance. So thank you, Affordable Care Act, and thank you for advocates for increasing awareness and needs for transgender medicine that is seen as medically necessary and not experimental or cosmetic or exploratory. These type of things are going to continue to happen for the trans community and healthcare access, and I'm happy to be part of doing that work with some consulting agencies around the nation. So that's one exciting thing about today. I thought it'd be kind of cool to just take a step back, and you see his TV behind me here, and the shelf thing, I built that with my own two hands, just FYI. But on this TV I have some clips from Gender Rebel, which shows the very first day I picked up my prescription, the very first day that I was on testosterone, and then 3 months after. So I thought that since I don't know how to do fancy editing, I'll just show you on the TV screen and then we'll cut back to me after that. So let's check this out first.
Today's the day I'm going on testosterone, so it's kind of like reality smacking me right in the face like a Mack truck. My emotions this past week have been up and down, like a roller coaster pretty much, because my world's going to be changing really fast.
Have you ever done any injections?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have 5 weeks worth, or 50 days worth. Okay, call if you have any questions.
I will.
All right.
Thank you so much. The first thing that went through my head is, what the hell am I doing? I don't have to do this. Yeah, I'm still being pulled toward it because it's like a part of me, and denying that, there's always going to be that little voice inside me screaming, hey, hey. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I love not having a chest. I love how the muscles developing. I like it all. My voice has definitely changed a lot. My period has stopped, thank God. So, it's like everything I've ever dreamed of from 2 years old on is starting to come into play now.
You know, still this day, it's it's a little bit weird for me to see this documentary and to hear my voice and also see my clothing. I wore extremely baggy clothing back then, so you could not see my frame. And so just even seeing that change over the past 10 years, the confidence that I've developed in my physical body and wanting to be proud of my physical body instead of being ashamed of it, it's just one amazing thing from being on testosterone. Some people have some questions though about your emotionality the longer you're on testosterone. When you get to the point where you're not really seeing any exciting physical changes, you're at that point where your biggest physical change is either a new gray hair or a loss of another hair on your top of your head, or more hair on your body somewhere. People are wondering, how do you do? Like, continuing to do the injections, how is your emotions just in general? Do you have any regrets? Do you ever think about getting off testosterone? And for my own experience, I can say that I am still doing injectable testosterone, and I'll continue to do it every 10 days. It is something that, for me, continues to ground me. I can definitely tell, for my own sake, that I go through the peaks and valleys still, and my emotions do change slightly as my testosterone level lowers. And so once I get the new injection in, it has a couple days to get into my system, I just start feeling more even-keeled again, more positive about myself. So it's still something very important for me, just in having a better mood and a better affect. Now, do I enjoy putting a needle in my legs still, for 10 years? No, but I don't think anybody would. There are other options. I could switch to transdermal. There are a lot of guys that after they get the masculinized changes that they want, whether it be a deeper voice, facial hair, etc., if they can get facial hair, they may move to creams or gels. And for me, I feel more comfortable continuing with injectable testosterone. But that's just me. Other guys, instead of doing intramuscular shots, will do the subcutaneous, so you're not going into your muscle. I tried it, I didn't like it. Again, just not for me, but they're seeing good results and good research for that, so it's definitely an option for other people. That way you don't have to worry about the scar tissue. It'll be interesting to see in another 10 years down the road what I'm saying. Maybe my tune will change. This is one thing to always remember. What works for you now may not work for you later. What you say you want now may change later. Just like in Gender Rebel, I said that I didn't want lower surgery. And for me, that did change. And it's something that I did achieve. And I'm happy that I did it. You know, so always be open to change. That's one lesson I've learned over time. Other people want to know, what do you do for your health to make sure, you know, going on long-term hormone therapy use, how do you maintain your health? And the most important thing is to have a relationship with a provider and to go in and get your lab work done. Another thing that's very important is just to pay attention to your health. If you start noticing that your mood is shifting, that your energy is lower, that you're more irritable, there's just something else that feels wrong with you physically, that may be a sign that it's time for you to go in. And it may be nothing related to your hormones, but still, have that relationship with your provider. I know it can be scary if you don't feel you have providers you can trust, but it's really important to try to establish that and to try to reach out to find someone that you can trust in your community. Someone else wanted to know what my reflections were around relationships and support over the years. I've been very fortunate. Of course, there's been times where I haven't received support from people I love, including significant others or my family. But I feel that I'm in a place now where I am accepted and supported, even from people I thought would never come around, including my parents.
I actually told my parents. My mom called me. She was all torn up and just kept crying, which made me just keep crying. And she said, if you go through this, I don't know if I can see you anymore. And my dad said that if I go through this, that I'm dead to him as well.
I have to wonder if they're sort of, in a sense, kind of ramping things up because they're trying to make you afraid enough to change your mind.
It just really hurts, you know, because I hate the fact that I am hurting my family. Since everybody close to me is against what I'm about to do, I keep going because I know it's me.
Let me know how the surgery went.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking about you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still really scared because what if I do this and it wasn't for me and I can't go back?
Relationships are really important, and what I can say is to not give up hope. People can change. Sometimes they just need space and time to process your identity, to process what it means to them, to process how they feel about other people's perceptions. You know, in the ideal world, everybody would be there for you with open arms no matter what, but that's just not the way that humans work. It's not the way our brains work. It's not the way our society works. So having patience is really important and giving people that time and space to process. In the meantime, being able to find other people that you do know support you and reaching out to them and putting your energy into them is really important as well. All right, I don't want people out there feeling completely isolated and alone. Having someone, just someone, one person at least, just to talk to is so important. So, someone else wanted to know about the psychological shift being perceived male while socialized female. This is still a weird one, and it's one that I still need to just spend some time in my office with no computer. Well, I have to have the computer on, but no internet, so I have no email or other distractions to really write about, which is my plan. I have a few things I need to get done, but my plan is really write about this and to think about it at a deeper level. I know it's weird for me to give you an example. Last year, I helped a committee on a film festival the Gender Reel Film Festival. We had it in our town, and the woman who was the event organizer for the place that we held it was super helpful. I was really appreciated her support of our films, and just being so easy to work with. And at the end of the night, when she was getting ready to go, I gave her a hug. And after I did that, I stepped away, and then I started to feel really insecure. Like, I just hugged this woman who helped organize this event. What if she didn't want a hug from me? Or what if she felt like I was invading her space? You know, I didn't mean this in like a weird, creepy guy way. I just meant like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. So then I started to have anxiety around that. So that's one thing I need to be aware of is, again, people who don't know you or people who perceive you just as male, being aware of what they may think about you and how you may be taking up space when you don't even know it. You may be making people uncomfortable when you don't even realize it. So I'm trying to be more cognizant of that, you know. Even at night, if I'm walking on the street and I'm on a sidewalk and it's dark and I'm here and then there's a stranger coming up crossing my path who's female, I'm trying to be aware too that she may feel uncomfortable seeing me in that space. It's kind of a head trip when, again, you're socialized female, and I was the one in the past that was always being aware of my space and environment, and now being the one viewed as the potential perpetrator. It's kind of a mind flip for you. So a couple people want to know, one person want to know about how to get through the hard times, and another person want to know about emotional transition beyond surgery. And I think in a way those can go together, in a way they're not. First, how to get through the hard times. Let me just tell you that a transition is not a cure-all for every single icky emotion that you have in your life. It definitely helps in some ways, but does not take away all the different things that happen to you that may make you feel insecure, sad, depressed, angry, or even suicidal. Okay? Being transgender is an aspect of who you are. It's not all of who you are. And it does not influence every single thing in your life. It may, for some people, it may have a greater influence or a more dominant place, especially when you first begin, but especially as you move forward through it and you get to a point where you just feel that physically you're done, right, with the transition. It's not the be-all for you. So for me, hard times still happen. Suicide ideation still happens, all right? And what I try to do is first sit with the emotion. I think that can be very difficult to do, especially in this day and age where we have so many ways that we can reach out to people or be distracted from our emotions. I try to be in a silent place to sit with them for a while, to try to figure out what's going on. Second, especially when I start getting suicidal thoughts in my head, I first say to myself, it's going to be okay. You're just in a bad place right now, or you're just in a darker space right now. This too will pass, because it always does. And if that's not working, because sometimes I get in very dark spaces, then I think about the people that matter most to me and what it would be like for them if I were to do something like harm myself, and how I would feel if someone very close to me did that same thing. And I don't want to do that to people. Our lives all have meaning, and sometimes we can ask ourselves, what the heck is that? This just seems like just a really terrible situation for us. But we make different influences and changes within our friendship circles, our family circles, our communities, and in some way, all of us contribute to society.